To our top story, our weather. Josh, you told us about it yesterday, and here we are seeing basically some instability up in the air, and that's going to be some interesting weather.
Yes, definitely so over the next several hours as we still kind of get some of that energy from the sunlight above the clouds. That's keeping that KOIN 6 weather alert in place. So we'll take you outside, out towards Seaside as our sunset is currently in the works, but you can just see those gusty winds pushing a lot of that sand along our shoreline from the south to the north as severe weather continues to threaten much of the Pacific Northwest. Also giving way to some great rainbow views. If you see any active weather and can take a photo or video of it safely, scan the QR code on your screen right now. That will direct you to KOIN.com where you can share your active weather photos with us, just like Robin did. So a lot of activity happening here across the Pacific Northwest as we are in no short supply of the wet and stormy weather. Those yellows, oranges, and reds, a good indication of where the heaviest of the rain is currently coming down. We've also got a few lightning strikes, primarily off over the Pacific, but one or two of those has the potential to roll their way back into not only the coast range, but even the I-5 corridors. A few dry pockets are expected to be matched with some heavy downpours as we move our way through the rest of this evening. The soaking rains, along with the high tides and the king tides that are currently working their way back into the Oregon coastline, that's where we could see some wave heights at 25 to 30 feet high, really seeing them push their way further up along the shoreline as a coastal flood advisory remains in place through 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Now, boy, the coast has really been hit the hardest with all of this active weather. Cannon Beach picking up on 60-mile-per-hour winds, nearly 70-mile-per-hour winds experienced out towards the Garibaldi area, all thanks to a severe thunderstorm that has now expired, but made its way through the coastal spots earlier this afternoon. That southwesterly wind definitely pushing a lot of the sand from the south to the north along the coast as our wind speeds here through the valley locations anywhere from 15 to 20 miles per hour, if not even closer to 30 in some cases. That's where our peak wind gusts over about the past hour has neared just that out towards the Portland, Vancouver area. Those winds expected to slowly taper back as we work our way through the early morning hours, but again, the breezy conditions still expected to last well into tomorrow. Our rain gauges have already filled up to almost 2/10 of an inch in many locations. Corvallis nearing that 3/4 inch mark and seeing a healthy dose of over a ½ inch of rain out towards Astoria. As we are picking up on that thunderstorm potential, a marginal risk for the I-5 corridor, the coast range, the coast, and the foothills of the Cascades. A marginal risk is about a 1 out of 5 chance of seeing severe thunderstorms. So that's going to mean gusty winds, potentially damaging, hail, and also can't rule out the chance of a spin-up tornado. It's only a 2% chance of probability of that happening through the rest of this evening, but that is significantly higher than what much of the Pacific Northwest ever sees. So keep a close eye to the sky. As far as the weather system that's causing all of this activity, it's a powerful cold front that's actively swinging its way through the Pacific Northwest. As it clears, we prepare for our next storm system. This one not packing as big of a punch for us. That's the good news, but it does keep the cooler and wet weather going well into Thursday before high pressure keeps that cloud coverage overhead, moving our way into Friday and eventually into the weekend. Let's time everything out with the futurecast. Snow expected to remain above about 5,000 feet, but those soaking rains, they do remain. The severe weather threat and the KOIN 6 weather alert set to expire shortly after sunset, and then we really start to see that snow get a little bit more active over the Cascades, working our way into tomorrow. But the thunderstorm threat, it pushes its way further to the north for tomorrow as our rain gauges are expected to fill up an additional inch and a half, especially out towards the coastlines. Our 7-day forecast is clear of any KOIN 6 weather alerts, but the good news is this weekend, drying out those skies, keeping the cloud coverage widespread, and our temperatures staying slightly above the average of the upper 50s in the low 60s.
Okay, and so far my favorite image, and Todd's the one who pointed it out, is that sand blowing on the coast.
It's incredible.
It's wild.
Yeah, don't want to be standing out there.
No. Yeah, cool to look at. Just, yeah, it wouldn't be cool to be standing there. Exactly. Yeah. Josh, thank you.
Still